Hey everybody, Strider here, coming at you with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. This one is a Baylan Skoll journey event guide. I don't think this is like infinitely hard, but you definitely need a strategy. You need decent mods. I would recommend if you really just can't get through this event. I do think the Zeta on Marok would help, but I try not to apply it. Another thing that would help is mod swapping. Swapping your best mods just for this event, it can really be a massive pain. So that's all I'm going to say. Mechanically, it's not that hard, but the enemy stats are so inflated. It's just a nightmare. I have hit GL Ahsoka for 1.5 million and she did not die. Actually 1.5 million and she did not die. So I don't know if they're like just wildly scaled in this event, but that's how it is. So I'm going to explain some of the mechanics as I move through the event, and hopefully we can actually get a win. Okay, so guys, one of the first things I want to talk about is modding. God mods make this event way more tolerable. And oh, by the way, it's still not easy with God mods, but it makes it way more tolerable. If you have focused on mods and you have a set of God mods, transfer them all to these characters. If you haven't been focusing on mods and you don't even really have sets of God mods, you're just going to kind of suffer. My advice to you maybe is apply some Zetas if you're really struggling, starting with Marox. I would say Marox is the most important because it kind of guarantees you some purge. But there is a lot of RNG. The event does hurt. You do need things to line up, but just for reference, I want to show you what my mods are while I make this video to show you what's possible, right? Morgan is arguably my best modded character that I didn't have to swap mods for. She's not, super tanky, but she's got a decent amount of speed considering she doesn't have a speed set. That's really all I have to show you on Morgan. Shin, her mods are okay, but they're really not great. Her speed is 304 and her damage is 86. She could have a lot more damage. These mods need some love, but I need to show you that. Marek's mods are by far the worst. His health and protection are not great. His speed is horrible and his offense is pretty bad, right? So if I can do it with these mods, you can get around to it with your God mod swapping. But I just wanted to show you what I'm working with here, and no Zetas on Shin or Marok, okay? So this is like bare minimum for this event. I do have a Zeta on Morgan. Gosh, I don't even know. Is it let none pass? Is it preordained? Morgan's, I don't necessarily know if it's that big, but I would recommend Zetas. Okay, so let's get into it. So here we go. This is how it starts every time. You get to watch this every time you fail. And that's fine. At least it's not that long. So generally what we're going to do is we are going to save our specials that dispel, which is Morgan's first special and Baylan's second special. Those dispel the enemy team on an AoE basis. You need that because Sabine is going to put herself under stealth. You need to get her out of stealth as soon as possible to continue trying to kill her as soon as possible. So we're going to save this. There are some scenarios where we'll use it to recover some HP, but you'll see that as we kind of go. But number one, if you want to kill anyone, Morgan needs to be alive, and you need to get armor shreds up. It is such a big deal. I like to open then with Shin's cooldown reduction, or I guess cooldown increase on the enemy team. So that they can't really do anything too fancy. They just basically have to basic on their first turn, which is really helpful. There's another mechanic here that I want to talk about. Shin is your damage dealer, and it's all about her kick ability, her second special, because of this. If the target enemy is inflicted with Purge, Shin Hati inflicts buff immunity on them for 2 turns and deals 10% bonus damage for each stack of Purge they have, stacking up to a max of 6%. If they have 6 stacks of Purge, this does 60% more damage. That's important. We'll talk about that when we get to Marok's turn next. So let's increase their cooldowns. Great. Now it's Marok's turn. Lots of people just like to use his first special, Desperate Getaway, just because it's a special and you use it and that's great. The enemies can't be ability blocked in this fight, so even if he had 20 stacks of Soldiers of Fortune, it doesn't work. But also, this consumes all stacks of Purge. on the enemy. You want purge on your kill target, right? So I never use this unless it's like red alert. It's the ability that's going to kill them, because it does hit twice, but it consumes all your stacks of purge. The one instance of expose that you get from this is not better than doing 60% more damage on Shin Hati's kick. So we're just going to basic here, get some damage in. She has to basic, Ahsoka has to basic because we increase their cooldowns. Great. Now we're going to use Baylan's second special. It gives you some buffs, it gives them some debuffs. Great. Morgan, do not use her dispel. Shin, it's time to get our kick in. Now, see, big damage. That second hit was 613. Now, there is currently what I believe is a bug in this event. When you stun Padawan Sabine, she gets this thing. It's like not even a buff. It's like an event thing. Can't be stunned until they attack on their turn. It actually just stays on her forever for the rest of the fight. So pretty annoying, pretty obnoxious, but it's what you have to deal with here. The same thing happens to Ahsoka, except it actually falls off. So you can use stuns to control Ahsoka, but let's just keep going in on Sabine. Hi, me again. Kind of awkward. The first attempt was a fail, and I realized that I just went on talking, and the rest of it was just me failing until I got to the attempt where everything just kind of lined up the way that it needed to. I've explained most of the mechanics up to this point, right? You don't want to get rid of Purge, because Purge is what causes Shin Hati's kick to do the big damage, and Shin Hati's kick is like the only thing that you're going to be doing damage with in this fight. Morgan, you just keep stacking as many armor shreds as you can on your kill target while you're just on your way to trying to get them down. You can and should use Marok's special on the kill target if Shin Hati just used her kick, right? If the purge doesn't matter anyways, it does do more damage than Marok's basic. So there is a case, an argument to actually use that special when the kick is not coming. If the kick is coming, do not use Marok's special. If the kick just finished, you can use Marok's special. All right. I will spare you from the multitude of attempts, and we will fast forward to what a good attempt looks like. Stick around. All right, here we are. Armor shred. Get a little bit of purge. No blind, unfortunately. Increase those cooldowns. Keep going. Keep trying to get the purge. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Okay, keep going. Get the kick and a stun. Big damage, okay. She's under 100%. That's fun. Keep trying to get the purge. Do that. Okay, we're still here. We don't want to use our dispel just yet. Okay, keep going, keep going. She's still got 6 stacks of purge. There's the rocket. We're going to... Hello? We're going to call Baylan, try to get over 40 stacks of Soldier of Fortune here. Yep, there's that. Use the dispel. Now Sabine is out of stealth. Baylan, unfortunately, is ability blocked. That's kind of how this whole thing goes for the entire fight. Shin, increase cooldowns. Start calling some assists. Get that second armor shred. She now has 5 stacks of purge. We're going to use the kick for the big damage. And Baylan should be just about coming around. I actually want to stagger her. I don't want to use his special. There's the stagger. Great. Go back in on Shin. Baylan's ability blocked again because that's what happens in this fight. We're going to keep going. And gosh. I know I can't kill her with a big hit, so we just got to keep moving. Okay. Okay. We're just about there. If we can just get around to this next turn. There's the rocket. She goes back under stealth. Dispel the stealth. That's what we were waiting for. Don't have to sit there beating on Ahsoka. Let's increase cooldowns and get those purges up. More purge. We didn't get the purge. That's a bummer. But I don't want to use this mass assist because I think this kick is going to do the job. Yep, very good. Okay, so now we have Morgan's mass assist. We are just going to use that basic. There's not a whole lot we can do. There's the mass assist. Unfortunately, she had tenacity up. That's just how it's going to be. Baylan just straight up dies because Ahsoka did a dance or something. Because she had 5 stacks of her event ability. And it's painful. We'll just keep calling Marok. Keep calling Marok. Okay, there's a dispel. Yep, there's that. Okay, we're going to try to get the kick for the stun and the big damage. She's not under 100% yet, but she's on her way. Let's increase those cooldowns, except she's about to get her her angry bonus turns. Big hit-ish. Mass assist, armor shred again. Shin is going to have her kick available on her next turn. Unfortunately, Ahsoka just dispelled all the debuffs, which is what we needed for her to die. So we're trying to get there, but it's not looking good. We need the stun and we need the damage. Okay, there's that. We use the dispel. We try to recover some HP. Call Marok again. Ahsoka's getting kind of low. We just need to live. And Ahsoka is dead. You can see how close this was. You can see how this typically goes. It is extremely painful. There's a lot of RNG if you're not going to invest the Zetas, and if you're not going to put God mods on, or if you just don't have God mods, if you haven't focused on mods. Sorry, the video's a little choppy at this point because I was doing a lot of editing at the end and talking about mods and putting them back at the beginning. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. I will say I can't really help you much more than what's in this video, right? You need to follow the mechanics. Your characters need to be as modded and as Zetaed as possible if you want things to go more smoothly, but like really the only thing you can do here is get better mods and put the Zetas on. Other than that, you're at the mercy of the mechanics. You're at the mercy of the occasional lucky dodge or lucky crit on your end to get a kill. It can be pretty tricky. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm still happy to talk about it, happy to try to figure out what your problems might be. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you all next time.